Thank you so much, Esther and Abraham came into my life 2 weeks ago. It's amazing so far, and
she's up to speed.
Yeah, it's just a YouTube video play on its own randomly, and that's how it's all started 2 weeks ago. So I do have 2 questions, but I hope the first question I can explain it.
You know, there's nothing random in this world.
Now I know. I attracted.
Yes.
So I hope I can ask my question clearly and without offending physical body and non-physical body. So I learned we're all eternal beings, and we actually have everything we want already. So learning that gave me a tremendous level of comfort. And last event you mentioned the purpose of life is joyful expansion. And I'm wondering, what's the purpose of the expansion itself?
Well, it's just inevitable. The purpose of it is eternalness. Because if there were not expansion, then there would not be more.
But we already have everything we want.
You're right. You have it whether you know that you have it or not. But you're not enjoying it if you don't know it. That's why we always say it's joyful expansion. Because you're going to expand. Everyone is. You come into this environment and you observe, and you're doing all of this stuff without even knowing that you're doing it. And the law of attraction is responding to you. But it is so delicious when you understand it and you are directing your thoughts intentionally.
And I have a thought, I don't know, maybe it's a little bit strange, because in the other part of ourselves.
The other part of what? Say it again.
The other part of ourselves, non-physical part of ourselves.
The inner being part, yes.
Yes, we have everything we need already over there.
So why did you come here?
We are co-creating, right?
But what is the purpose of the physical?
Exactly. I'm almost I'm wondering.
Well, think about it.
Maybe we're bored over there. We miss the feeling of wanting. We miss the feeling.
Don't go too far. When you find a flawed premise, don't run it into the ground.
I felt like
I want to stop you before you get too much momentum going on that ridiculous speculation. So
I noticed that this morning. Actually, I was like, I just got.
You are an extension of source energy. You are a co-created part, as you said, and as you know, of this non-physical energy. So think about the things that we've told you about your inner being today. Your inner being is pure positive energy, which means your inner being never focuses in a negative way. Well, the disadvantage of that is that expansion doesn't come from that. Expansion comes from the part of non-physical that is you, that came into an environment where you were exploring, where you know what you don't want, which launches the rocket of desire about what you do want. So you are, in your physical form, the primary reason for the expansion of the entire universe. Your inner being said, we will remain here while you go forward. And you mix it up and you find things that you don't like. And you, at the same time that you find things that you don't like, will calibrate things that you do want. You will find movement and expansion out of what's there. And when you find it, we will focus with you on the new expansion that you have found. And we will hold steady to that, and we will feel the exhilaration, not boredom. It is not boring. We will feel the exhilaration of your new discovery. And we will hold that steady, holding the signal that the law of attraction will draw you to. And you will experience the exhilaration of joining yourself in that new expansion. You know how when you feel thrilled with something, when love just washes over you or appreciation just washes over you? That's you coming into the way we all are feeling in that moment. You never experience a positive emotion that is only yours. It is your recognition of us that is the reason for the feeling. Just like negative emotion is how you feel when you're pinched off, you see. Nothing boring going on here.
I have another question related to this. So, do you need more creators on the Earth of planet?
Say more?
I think only a very small percentage of us are here to drawn to the law of attraction.
There's never a crowd on the leading edge.
Okay, so but does that make sense to have more I guess my question is, if the eternal intelligence is so advanced, why don't you somehow give every physical body on earth a much easier way?
Well, here's the thing. It's so perfect as it is, and here's why. So you all were source energy before you came into these bodies, and the larger part of you still is. So here you are exploring. And what could be better than as you explore and find something not wanted and then simultaneously create something that is wanted, what could be better than all of us holding that vision? And what could be better than being born with an emotional guidance system that lets you know that when you feel bad, you are deviating from who you really are? How is it that humans get on this wavelength where you think that if it feels good, it's bad, and that if it feels bad, it's good? You come around to believing in sacrifice and struggle and hard work, and we say, how's that working out for you? And we know what your question to us is, then why doesn't Abraham, sourced, non-physical, why doesn't the non-physical do something to make it better for you? Because there's no assertion. It's only attraction. It's attraction, attraction, attraction. So since we are two perspectives of the same whole, we are doing our attracting. And that's why you can feel when you're separated and you can feel when you're joining, you see. Oh, there is nothing that is even imaginable that could be more satisfying or productive than this environment in the way that it is. It is creation perfection. And just because you don't understand it for a minute doesn't mean it needs to change.
Do you have any I think I speed up too much and I start thinking like way too much.
Well, you know
what's your recommendation for me to stay where I should be?
What we noticed in this dialogue is that you kept right up with us. What we noticed in this is that your life has posed those questions within you, and you were ready to articulate them. We also noticed that the answers to your questions had already been framed up for you because you've been thinking about this for a while. And we know for sure that in this environment, you were calibrated to the point that you could hear the answers for the first time to these questions that you've been carrying around for a while, you see. And how satisfying is that? We want to say to you, especially to you, but to everyone, you are never going to be in a place that you are not calibrating more. You're never going to get it done because you are an eternal being. You're never going to get it done. But how delicious is it when you have conscious recognition of how it works? And so you're guiding your own thoughts to the ease and flow of your own expansion. It's a very nice thing.